I've spot concealed some of the redness, and I'm going in with my face base foundation and my face wand. This brush is definitely the best way to apply any liquid foundation, but particularly face base. So I just squeeze it directly onto the brush and then spread it out, so I don't want too much product in one area, and take it right up under the eye. With these two particular products, I think they really complement each other. It blends it in nicely, and it also hydrates again under that eye area. If you do tend to have some dry, crepey skin, the face base is very luminous and hydrating, so it'll actually hydrate that area and blend your concealer in nicely and smooth out any creasing. Just takes away that patchy redness, and it smooths out your skin tone. It minimizes pores, it blurs the surface of the skin, so it gives the illusion of just good skin. It's not a heavy, cakey foundation. It's just a really lovely, glowy coverage. You take your foundation right down under your jaw, and not with fresh product, just with whatever's on the brush. Also, make sure you go right into the corners of your mouth and up under the nose. It's really easy to miss those little tiny red areas, so make sure you get right in those little crevices, and also right up into the hairline. And that is just a really lovely light coverage foundation, great for everyday wear, and it'll just smooth out your skin tone, minimize those pores, and give a more luminous and flawless finish to your skin, but remaining quite natural, which obviously is what we're all after. Right, now I'm going to do brows. I'm using the pressed brow powder today in light, and just the little angle brush from our eco-friendly brush set. I start in the middle, and then I just push the rest of the product out and build on top to thicken my brow a little bit. Also, I like to hold the angle brush that way, because a lot of people do hold it the wrong way, and I think you get a much better and more precise finish, particularly if you're wanting to do little feathered strokes. So you can see just quickly the difference takes literally 30 seconds. And this is a mineral powder, it's super, super clean. Look, they're not perfect, but that's about as much time I would spend on my brows on a daily basis. At this point, I'm gonna pop some lip prep on, and I do this just so that by the time I do get to the end of my makeup, my lips are nice and plumped and hydrated. And often I'll just wear this and I won't bother putting lip product on, because as you can see, it's got a gorgeous peachy hue. It's also got peppermint oil in it, so it really gives you a fresh feeling as well as fragrance. All right, now I'm gonna do a really simple eye. This is the eye shadow style I do more often than any other look. It's the Founder's Fave palette, and it's the Bridesmaid shade, which is the lighter shade. I'm just gonna go straight into my socket, backwards and forwards motion, like a windscreen wiper. Because it is a really light and glowy shade, I'm taking it probably higher than I would a normal shadow. If this was a brown, I wouldn't be going quite so high. So quick and easy, this look, but really effective. Every time I do my eyes in this style, the ladies will ask me what I've done. Particularly nice on blue, green and hazel eyes. It's actually really nice on brown eyes too. I often with brown will put a slight wash of the Peach Punch blush through at this point to give it a slightly more peachy hue, because I think that's really pretty on brown eyes. You can use the same brush, but I'm actually just using a little paddle brush, and I'm now going into the deeper shade, Dreamtime, and I'm just going to go straight into that crease on the outer corner, taking it down to the lash line. So I'm really essentially just filling in that outer corner. And now I'm going to go back with my big fluffy. Before I put any product on, I'm just going to soften out the edge of the Dreamtime, the darker shade, and blend it in. And then I'm going to go in with the lighter shade and just place it on that mobile lid. And that gives you kind of like that halo eye. And it's also really good if you have a bit of a hooded eye, because it'll accentuate the crease and create more depth. All right, so now I'm going in with a little stubby brush, and I'm just going to take that right across, and I'm actually putting it sort of right on my waterline, and then just sort of marry it in to that dark corner. So now taking this fluffy brush again and softening off under the eye, just to make sure there's no harsh line. I do have some lashes on already. Just gonna pop some Power Lash mascara. This is a volumizing mascara. And we're also trialing a new wand, which is going to be called Power Lash Precision. It'll be the same formula, but it'll be this smaller wand, which I think is going to appeal to a lot of people, because sometimes if your wand is too thick, it can make it more difficult to apply a mascara. I think a thinner wand is a lot more practical for your bottom lashes. So at this point you would go back in and just reapply any foundation or concealer if necessary. I don't really feel that I need to, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go straight in with Summer Kiss. So I like to apply nice and high. That's just going to create lift and warmth. I actually apply quite a bit across my forehead because I like to look warmer, but I also have quite a prominent forehead, so I think applying bronzer sort of brings it down a little bit. And I've spoken about this before, but if you have a thinner nose, perhaps just straight down the top of your nose. If you have a wider nose, then you can go down the sides. This shadow will create a little bit more of a defined jaw, and of course it'll blend it into your décolletage. Okay, and now to finish off bringing your face back to life. If you're going to apply foundation and concealer and take away all the natural flush to your skin, you need to replace it, and that's why bronzer and blush are important. So I like to use Peach Punch. It's a very bright shade, but it's not that bright in the skin. It's got a beautiful peachy hue, and it's got like a golden undertone. So when you turn, it'll reflect in the light, and it just gives your skin the most beautiful natural flush. So smile, and you can see that even though it does look quite bright, it's actually quite subtle. Don't take it too low. What will really drag your face down is if you're applying your blush right down here, it's going to drag your whole cheek down. So you definitely want it heading upwards and lifting your face. And I do like to put just a tiny bit on the tip of my nose just to tie it all in. If I've got a big day ahead of me, I will also apply some mineral loose powder, or if my skin's particularly bad and I need extra coverage, I get a little bit of this and I just press it over the areas that I think will need the extra coverage. If you're someone that goes particularly shiny, this is a step I would suggest you take. And unlike other powders, they won't cake. For me, I'm not a fan of powders at all, because I think that as I've got older, it'll actually accentuate fine lines and create more of an aged finish. Whereas with our powders, they're mineral and they're triple milled, so they are so super smooth in application, and they almost warm up to the skin. If you have experienced caking from other powders, definitely give our powders a go. They are absolutely beautiful, and they are very, very clean because they're mineral, made in Australia, no PFAs, and you'll love them. You can wear them on their own. For a really nice coverage and an everyday look. Our Dell, who's our head makeup artist, that's all she wears every day. She wears the primer and mineral powder with glow palette over the top. It's a really quick and easy look for me. I have talked in between, but this honestly takes me 5 to 7 minutes, and it's what I do most days. And we have 30% off everything right now. So if you would like to try any of these products, we have our end of financial year sale. A really good time to stock up because we have 30% off everything. Hope you enjoyed.